Hello and yes, welcome to another video. Today I'm going to finally be responding to my Q&A thing that I've been doing for my 400 subscribers mark. So again, thank you everyone who took the time to subscribe. As always, I really appreciate it. Never thought I'd get to 400, but anyway. Haven't been uploading videos for a while actually, so I was hoping to get at least 3 done before the first part of the Q&A and the second part. And I only managed to get 1 video up. I've just been really busy lately with sixth form work and a lot of other stuff going around the house, you know, that I've been helping out with because my dad's got a really bad arm, so I'm having to do a lot of the heavy lifting stuff around the house at the minute, like putting the Christmas decorations up today, all that stuff. Also been recording an album, which is quite exciting for me, which should hopefully be out January time. I'm thinking I'm going to release it. I've got two and a half finished songs, and the half I'm debating whether it's finished. But I've got 2 songs finished. Hopefully there's going to be a good 10 to 14 songs. Not sure how many are going to be on there yet. But so yeah, that's really exciting actually. Making an album. I'm trying to get a lot of different stuff on there, a lot of different genres. At the minute it's a bit prog sounding. I wouldn't say it's fully prog, but instrumental stuff at the minute. But might get some other songs on with me, maybe doing some vocal performances, but not too much because I don't class myself as a singer at all. But so anyway, yeah, around January time I think that album will be out. Anyway, so I've got all the questions here, my iPad, and I've also listed my answers. So I want to thank everyone, first of all, who actually took the time to leave a message below. I was really surprised because I didn't do too much advertising with this. Whereas with my last Q&A, I hit a few people up saying, hey, I've got this Q&A thing on. This time I only hit a couple people up about it, you know, some of my real close friends on Facebook and stuff, who also have YouTube channels here. But I haven't really advertised it too well, so I wasn't actually expecting to get 30, you know, people enter, or I think it was around 30. I was expecting to get maybe 10, so I was chuffed to bits with the responses I got. So anyway, they're all in a peculiar order. I actually, I first of all answered Woody's. I'm going to answer Woody's questions first because he made a video response, and then I actually went. If you look on the video, if your comment's near the bottom of the page, I done your video first. I done your questions first, and I worked my way up to the top. So the people who left messages, you know, it's funny, YouTube kind of put the messages in their own order. So if you look in the messages on the first Q&A bit, if your questions are near the top of the list, yours is actually going to be at the bottom of this. Mayfly01, me, Mr. Mayo, Andy, you know, your questions are going to be at the end. So sorry to you guys, I've just literally gone from the bottom and worked my way up. But I you know, quite like you to stick around because you might find some other questions here which you might find interesting. So anyway, Woody B, you... Hang on. I'm just going to try something here. If I put my base here, can I balance my iPad? Look at that, I can balance my iPad. I've got a little stand for it. That's cool. Okay, so, do you have a Beatles DVD collection, Woody asked. And yeah, I've got some Beatles DVDs. I've got A Hard Day's Night, Help, Alone and Together, The Concert for George, Living in the Material World, All Things Must Pass, John Lennon in My Life. I've got 2 editions of that. I'll show you here. I've got the standard normal issue with the white cover, and then this one's called The Messenger. It's pretty much the same DVD, and you also get oh, iPad nearly fell off. You get a CD in there and a book as well, which is really cool. Then I've got John Lennon live in Toronto, and then I've got Paul McCartney live in Russia, or in Red Square. The Space Within Us, what's that one? Is it the McCartney Years? Yeah, the McCartney Years. I've got Rock Show, Live Kisses, Put It There, and Back in the US. And then the new documentary one, the collector's edition one, which has just come out. Do you have any coloured vinyl? Yes, I do have quite a few. I didn't actually list them for you, so I'll just give you I have got quite a few coloured vinyl actually now. Hang on. Okay, I'll show you this one. This is my Band on the Run. This is a French one, still shrinked, which is nice. And this is really nice because it's on yellow vinyl, which is really nice. Okay. Better just say this as well before we get too far into the video. This might actually end up being a two-parter because we've got a lot of questions here. Do you like Led Zeppelin? Of course I like Led Zeppelin. I've got I actually don't have many CDs of theirs. I've only got these two. This is a double pack though, so it's nice. Haven't bothered with the remasters. I might one day, but at the minute I'm not bothered. And I've got Led Zeppelin 1 on purple vinyl. Another coloured one there. I've got an original on the plum label of Led Zeppelin 2. And then the two, I've got another copy of Led Zeppelin 2 and Led Zeppelin 3 on the greeny red label. And then do you like Grand Funk? You know, he's okay. I have nothing against him. My very good friends James Liebman. Oh god, I pronounced that wrong, didn't I? Anyway, he left a very nice comment at the beginning as well. So anyway, if you were sitting having lunch with Sir Paul McCartney, what is the one question you would be dying to ask him the most? And you know, the question which I'd probably ask him is, how do you keep up the energy to keep putting these songs out? Because you think about how many songs he's done well over 500. If you were to actually write all the songs down, God knows how many songs he's actually written. So I'd probably ask him that. And then, next question. Sadly, we only have 2 Beatles remaining with us. Which of the 2 Beatles would you prefer to still be alive and why? Well, I mean, it's not difficult. I love Ringo, and I'd never wish any harm to either of them, of course, because they're brilliant people. But of course, you know, I'd rather Paul be around a bit longer because, you know, Paul does more. He's a lot more interesting and more talented, and I'd rather like him put an album out than Ringo, if you know what I mean. I'd much rather listen to an album from Paul. So yeah. What is the next artist you see yourself being a completist with, like you have with the Beatles and ELO? So I'm actually planning after Christmas to move on and just try and get all of Eric Clapton's stuff. So definitely, I'd say Eric Clapton at the minute. And then the next question was quite funny actually. The camera seems to put a spot of grey in your hair. Do you have some grey hair? Yes, I do. It's quite funny. My granddad went fully grey at 16, and I'm 17 now. So yeah, it doesn't surprise me that I'm going grey early. But then again, I'm not embarrassed with it. When my mates at the school say, "Hey, grey hairs," I go, "Yes," because I listen to the Beatles. Just take it on the chin and joke about it. Question 5. You say you could only keep one item in your collection. What would it be? And, you know, really, I'd want to keep the rarer items in my collection, like Flaming Pie by Paul McCartney, or Chaos and Creation, or my first press stereo of Rubber Soul. However, you know, this one isn't worth nowhere near as much as them, but I'd have to say, I'm going to say my copy of A Hard Day's Night mono, because it's gone through my family for quite a while. It's kind of like a family heirloom thing. It was my nan's nephews, and then got passed to my dad, and now it's mine. So, yeah. Okay, so thank you, James. Thank you. And thank you, Woody, as well, for the video. Next one up, Adam's 80s Heaven. Adam, man, you had some cool questions here, some very different ones. Okay, so the first one up is, what do you think of gay people? You know, I have nothing against them. I don't really know what you want me to say to that one, Adam. You know, I believe that everyone has the right to be who they want to be. If you want to be gay, be gay. Nothing wrong with it, in my opinion. You know, that's all I've got to say on that. If you could date a famous person, who would it be? Now, this was really difficult, because obviously, you know, most guys are going to go for, you know, Scarlett Johansson, you know, all them lot. All the really, you know, well-known women for being very pretty. But, you know, I kind of looked for someone my age, because it just seems a bit more right. I'd rather be with someone my own age than an older woman. So I really got stuck on this, because I don't know any famous people my age. But then I was looking at my DVDs and I saw the Modern Family box, and I just thought, you know, the Modern Family daughters in it, they're quite good looking. I think one's called Sarah Hyland, the other one's called Ariel Winter. You know, they're my age, I think. So, you know, that's all I could think of, mate. I really couldn't think of any others my age. Question 3. How many people have you dated in your life? You know, I'm going to be honest. I haven't actually I guess I've had 2 type of relationships, but they lasted very quick and they were very bad ideas. So I'm actually going to say no, and I'm kind of saving myself for someone special. You know, I'm not like that. I'm not like my sister who just goes out with anyone. I'm kind of saving myself for someone special. Favourite foods? Well, you know, I'm just typical. My favourite dish is actually lasagna. There's this restaurant not far from here called the Wheelwrights. You know, it's not a very popular restaurant, but they do this beautiful lasagna. Love it. And then, do you like Christmas? And if so, what do you like about it? I love Christmas. I love it. My favourite thing about Christmas is not the presents. It's actually just having all my family around. And because whenever it's our birthdays, my grandparents and, you know, all the other family usually come round about 4 o'clock in the afternoon and they stay till 7, so it's only about 3 hours. The only time they're around all day is one day a year, and that's on Christmas. They usually come around at about 11 in the morning and they stay around till about 11 at night, so we get like a full 12 hours, just all of us crashing downstairs, mucking about, having drinks, opening presents, all that stuff. It's just great to have the family there. And I actually just put out my Christmas decorations today, and hang on. See that? My little baby Christmas tree there, covering up Paul. Yeah? Yeah? My little baby Christmas tree. So yeah, I'm always well in the mood for Christmas. Love it. Brilliant. Is that it for you, Adam? That's it. Thank you, Adam. Brilliant questions. Next questions are by Jesse Universe. Okay, so what is your favourite ELO song? Really difficult, actually, because I wanted to go with some of their prog stuff, but then I just thought, what ELO song do I listen to the most? Is Telephone Line. Top 5 concept albums, so I went Beatles 1 because it covers all the way through their career. ELO Greatest. The Very Best of the Rolling Stones, Cream Clapton, and Lennon Legend. Top 5 double albums. White Album, Out the Blue, Tommy, Goodbye Yellow Brick Road. And then I really struggled on the 5th one at the minute. But I thought, I've been listening to Layla a lot lately by Derek and the Dominoes, so I'm going to put Layla in there. Where are we? If you were trapped on an island, what is the one record you would take with you? Beatles 1. What do you prefer out of these Floyd albums? Atom Heart Mother or The Division Bell? I'm really sorry to disappoint, but I haven't actually heard all them albums. I haven't heard either of them albums properly. I'm not too good with Pink Floyd. That's my problem. I do enjoy their music. I've just never been that really dedicated to listening to their stuff, and I probably will be in the future at some time. Anyway, thank you. Next question. Oh god, I'm rubbish at pronouncing these names. That's the only problem with these Q&As. When I have to pronounce the names, I hate it. Clan McLeod 1, something like that. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry, guys. This is great. What is your favourite Star Wars episode? It's definitely Phantom Menace. I'm only joking. I'm joking. I'd probably say 4, which is just called Star Wars. You know, real Star Wars fans will know that. Or if you really must, A New Hope. Or, you know, Empire Strikes Back, probably. Between them, I really can't decide because I love both them films so much. Probably my favourite films. Do you think the coloured vinyl are worth the extra money? In certain cases, I think. It depends, because sometimes they overprice them way too much. Like this new Art of McCartney, they released it on coloured vinyl as well, and it's like £80. It's like, you're paying an extra, you know, £50 for it on coloured vinyl. It's like, no. So it depends, you know. How much time do you put into your videos? Normally the reviews take a while to prepare for. I have to prepare notes, and I actually have all my notes here from all my reviews. So you don't say quote hello there. We just look. There's absolutely loads of notes here from my previous reviews. So the reviews take a while. Other videos they normally take. The majority of them only take me one shot. I just turn it on. I go. I just talk off the top of my head, which is exactly what I'm doing now. Or some of them take 2 shots. Who is your favourite character in Star Wars? Jar Jar Binks. Only joking again, only joking. You know, I'm going to be pretty boring and just go with Darth Vader, because that guy is so cool. Whenever he walks on the screen, you just get chills and you're just like, shit, this guy means business. What is your favourite Beatles album? You know, it's always difficult for me because I love the White Album and Abbey Road both so much. They're both my top two. At the minute, I'm gonna have. It normally is Abbey Road, but at the minute I'm gonna say the White Album. What's this? Rory 3600. What made you decide to start making record videos? I really don't know. I thought I completed my Beatles stereo CD collection at first, and I just thought I want to show this off on YouTube. I didn't even have the box sets, so it weren't anything too impressive. But anyway, I just filmed the video, and I guess I've been filming them ever since. You know, it's just a little habit I've picked up, just making these videos, and now I just really enjoy them. What are the 10 must-have records to every collection? Well, for me, I'm going to say Beatles Red and Beatles Blue album, 2. I would say 1, but that's just really expensive on vinyl, so I get why people wouldn't buy that. But the Red and Blue album, you can get them cheap enough, so there's 2. Saturday Night Fever, because you see it everywhere. Dark Side of the Moon, because of how massive it was. Elton John Greatest Hits, because you see that everywhere. And exactly the same for this. Queen's Greatest Hits, because you know I'm not a big Queen fan, but you know, you see it everywhere. Sgt. Pepper, because it's a monster. Same for Rumours. Bridge Over Troubled Waters, because you see it everywhere again. And I think everyone's got to have a copy of that album where they're walking on a zebra crossing, Abbey Road. What makes a good record collection? I think having good albums. So basically a lot of the ones I just stated, you know, Pink Floyd, Beatles, you know, Led Zeppelin, and the records just been in good condition. They just look nice. Look at that. I mean, I'm really proud of this setup now. And I've got all my records in Blakesley, so I just love looking at them now. And you can actually read all the spines now. And you can just, you know, I think just having them all there on your shelving unit, just looking nice, that's what it's about. And then of course having them sound nice, you know, as long as they sound good as well. Because you don't want to get a record where the cover's lovely and the record's beat up. Just having it all in good condition. Not mint, just good condition, good enough. Perfect. What do you think about today's music? You know, I don't like today's music much. I mean, but you have to really look around for the good stuff. But every now and then we get a good album. I hear Pink Floyd's new album. Well, I know it's done well in the charts, got to #1. I've heard a few dodgy reviews, but I've heard a couple of people say it was good. You know, the die-hard Pink Floyd fans, as you'd expect. But I've heard a few good reviews, bit mixed, but, you know, that's alright. I'll sit down and listen to it when I get the time. When I get the time. So, you know, that's it. I just feel you have to really look around for it. How many records do you have? Well, I've bought 400 Blake sleeves, and nearly all my vinyls are in them. So I have over 400. I'm thinking at the minute I'm close to the 500 mark, but I can't tell you for sure. It's around the 500 mark, I think. Definitely over 400 though. Gromit Games. What is your favourite solo Beatle album? Easy. All Things Must Pass. Do you own any punk albums? Yeah, I own some. And he's put e.g. Sex Pistols. Yes, I have a Sex Pistols one. I'd like to pull it out and show you it, but I can't see it at the minute on the shelves. It's definitely here somewhere. What's the next one? What would you more likely buy? A replica of Paul McCartney's bass, so I take it you mean the Hofner, or an original black and gold Please Please Me? Well, I would normally say the Hofner, but at the minute, you know, I'm just thinking, you know, Please Please Me is rarer. I mean, you know, you can get some cheap Hofners for about £200 if you look in the right places. This Please Please Me thing goes for stupid money. So if I could, I'd rather just get that one. Mr. Dylan Records, Alex. Pick out an album in your collection that you think sounds the best on your system. So, you know, that was really difficult for me because I never really took much notice how well it sounded on my system, to be honest. I usually just put one, I just listen to it and I go, yay. However, an album which I found sounds really good on my vinyl, on my system, is Paul McCartney's new album. That's the best answer I got for you. What's your favourite soundtrack to a film? I got 2. I can't decide between them because I'm going to say Star Wars because the new Star Wars trailer, Star Wars 7, Force Awakens, was released yesterday, and I loved the music in it. You know, the classic theme song to it, just you know, and because I also bought this last week, the Star Wars Blu-ray box set. I've been watching these Star Wars films all throughout the last week, and the music in it is brilliant, I think. Some great instrumentals. I really want to pick it up on vinyl. Great. But then, the other soundtrack I like a lot is Guardians of the Galaxy. Just, you know, great 70s songs, you know. 10cc, I'm Not in Love, Blue Sweep, Hooked on a Feeling, you know, Spirit in the Sky, David Bowie, Moon Age Daydream, you know, just great. So I really can't choose between them. So I'd say Star Wars and Guardians. Where are we? Okay, 2 questions from you. So there we go. Alex, thank you. Andrew Davis, next. What was the first Beatles record you purchased? Now, I got some off my dad, of course, first, like Sgt. Pepper, Hard Day's Night, and a couple others. The first one I purchased myself was a US copy of Let It Be. So, pretty unusual one to start off my collection, because I'm in Britain, you know, to buy the US version, but I didn't really know what I was doing. I just saw Let It Be. I went, well, hey, I'm having it. It turned out to be a US copy, which is quite rare in the UK, so, you know, still pleased I got it. My friend, Ryan, A Lethal Predator. Okay. What's your favourite One Direction album? Thank you, Ryan. Thank you. What was it I got in my last Q&A? Justin Bieber, I think it was. I can always trust you to leave a stupid comment, I guess. I can't answer it because I don't know any of their albums. I don't want to know any of them. That's all I can say. And then I got a normal question from you. So, what is your favourite superhero of all time and why? Thank you, Ryan. A normal question. Thumbs up to you, mate. I love a lot of superheroes. You know, Batman, of course, fantastic. You know, the new ones, The Dark Knights. I think Christian Bale played him so well. You know, I'm a really big fan of the new ones from Guardians. You know, Rocket and Groot, fantastic. But I'm actually going to say Iron Man because Robert Downey Jr. plays that character so bloody well. I mean, he comes across so cool. The role was made for him, and he portrays Iron Man, Tony Stark, so well. So I'm going to say Iron Man. Next one up is Morgan Davis. Hi, Morgan. If you can only have 5 albums, Desert Island Thing again, you know, what would they be? So Beatles one, of course, Rumours, Tommy, ELO Greatest Hits, and this might surprise a few people, but this is how much I love this album. All Things Must Pass by George Harrison. A film you love, but most other people hate. The Star Wars franchise is looked at so heavily, but a lot of people dislike the prequels. Especially the first one, Phantom Menace. I personally love it. And a lot of people dislike it. You know, growing up with the film, because, you know, me being 17, Phantom Menace came out just after I was born, so it's kind of one of the first films, probably is the first film I really loved. So it's my childhood film, so yeah, Star Wars 1. A film and an album you have a soft spot for. So, okay, again I'm going to pick another Star Wars film. The second one, Attack of the Clones, is the only Star Wars film which I could say, I can reason with. I can say, okay, I get why you don't like that one. But I have a soft spot for it because it's Star Wars. Album, Paul McCartney, Press to Play. You know, I get why people dislike it completely. But, you know, for me, Stranglehold and the track Press, just brilliant. Favourite model of bass? Hofner. Easy. Are you going to do any more mixes in the future? Brackets, I would love a copy if you do. Probably will, but it probably won't be until after my album, which is coming out around January time. I still don't know what the album's going to be called. I'm thinking First Steps at the minute because it's my first album, so I was thinking, you know, first steps to actually making some really good albums in the future. I doubt I will, but you never know. So it probably won't be until after that, because even though I'm actually going to have, you know, I'm really sorry guys, but I'm actually going to probably have to charge for this album, you know, probably only be like £2 or something, and postage. But you know, these mixes, they cost me a lot to send actually. I only sent 3 out, and they cost me about £15. Not each, but send all 3 of them out. So, you know, I don't mind sending stuff out, of course, but you know, if I'm going to send loads of mixes out, they're going to really take a big chunk out of me. But of course, Morgan, you're on my list to get the next one. Don't worry, you're right up there at the top. So thank you, Morgan. Dino Vinyl Times. Hi, Dino. Great. What would you like to do after you leave school, career-wise? Well, at the minute, you know, I'm thinking going into the media industry, maybe creating some album covers, magazine covers, stuff like that. DVD covers. It's just something that's always interested me. I've entered 2 threads now where we talked about album artwork, and that's just right up my street. This is what I want to do in the future. You know, I literally sit here some nights. A lot of you are going to be thinking sad, yeah, but I'll literally sit here some nights just flicking through my albums, going, what a cover, what a cover. Not just with my albums, but with my DVDs as well. It's just what I'm like. I love it. What was the #1 single? An album the day you were born. Okay, so single, I didn't actually have to look this up because my dad always tells me. I hope he's right. I believe it was actually Barbie Girl. Great. My dad always tells me that. But album I actually had to look up, and apparently it was the Firm's self-titled album, or at least I believe it was. That's what it said on Google. So yeah. Okay, next one up is 5671050. Okay, that's an interesting name, mate. Who was the first person in your life to influence you musically? You know, I'd probably actually say my dad, because even though he's not a musician, you know, he doesn't play an instrument. He tries to sing, but, you know, tries is the important word there. Love you, Dad. But, I'd probably say him because he really got me into all the good music. What kind of bass do you own? Well, I own this thing here. What did I say? Rockburn. I own a Rockburn. So it's just a beginner's one, and again, I've never needed to upgrade because it's always done what I needed it to do. It still works fine. So yeah. What was your favourite song by the movie? You know, I presume you mean a song which was made for a movie. I'm just going to say the Star Wars theme tune, because I could sit there and listen to that thing all day. And then we got Ryan C. If you could have any Beatles item, what would it be? And I'm going to say the Please Please Me gold polyphone label, first press, because it's probably the rarest one, rarest Beatle record to get. So if I could just get that in my pocket and I don't have to worry about it, I'm all good. What do you hate about Yoko the most? You know, this isn't all Yoko's fault, what I'm about to say. It's kind of John's fault as well, but I think the majority of it was on Yoko. How she kind of drived herself right into all of his albums. The only album where we didn't really get any mention of Yoko was Walls and Bridges, but I still think a couple of them songs were kind of aimed at her. So there's always a little hint of Yoko on his albums. That's okay, I don't mind doing 1 or 2 songs for her, but I think he done too many for her. And then, you know, she kind of pushed her way in on some albums, I think. It's a bit like, yeah, let me do the backing vocals here on like the Sometime in New York City album. And John being John probably just went, yeah, great. And you know, you gotta think, when people buy a John album, they want to hear John. The majority of Beatles fans don't really like Yoko. I didn't back then either, so she probably should have got the hint. They don't want to hear me. So I kind of, you know, the reason that I've always liked George Harrison's wife, Pattie Boyd, and Olivia is because they never got themselves on his albums. They never said, oh, let me sing, let me write a song for me. You know, that's why I've always liked his, you know, wives. You know, even Linda, she kind of pushed herself in a bit on Wings, I guess. Again, Paul probably helped her out, said, hey, come on, come on, come on. But, you know, that's my problem with the Beatle wives, kind of pushing themselves in on some of the albums. But anyway, where are we? Sorry, I keep missing where I am on this sheet I've got here. So, I mean, I probably have to actually say Paul McCartney, just because, you know, he was in the Beatles and he has one of the most amazing solo careers. And yeah, he's just epic. And then he just wanted to say, and then also put at the end, just wanted to say congratulations on the 400 subs, and thank you. I think a lot of people left that message, so thank you to everyone who's been doing that. And then, oh god, we got another difficult name here for me. Caleb, Braithwaite, something like that. I'm really sorry, I'm rubbish at pronouncing these names, just not my strong point. Especially when I can't see the screen very well. I really have to look close to my iPad to see it, and I didn't want to be doing that in the video. So, what was the first LP you purchased? US Let It Be. What is your top 5 albums from the 70s? All Things Must Pass, Ram, Rumours, Goodbye Yellow Brick Road. Might surprise a few people, but I put Plastic Ono Band on there. It was a toss-up between Plastic Ono Band and Let It Be, but I think I'll put Plastic Ono Band just above it, just by a smidge. If you can meet any non-music celebrity, who would it be? Now and then I get a lot of people actually dislike this guy's acting. But I kind of understand why, but I think, he's been in so many great films, he's pretty much been there and done it all when it comes to acting. I'm going to say Liam Neeson because he seems like such a cool guy. What have we got now? Turl? Tut? Oh. No, there's a T there. See, I tell you, I can't see the screen, I'm rubbish. Turtle. Yeah, I think that's right. I'm sorry. How long have you had your Terrapins? Turtles. Yeah, I've got some Terrapins. You might have just heard them jump off into the water. I've had them about 4 or 5 years. Did you have them from hatchlings? No, I just went down to my pet shop and about 4 years ago I was really heavily into getting fish. I used to have loads of fish. They've all passed on and I've sold some now. But one day I decided to get Terrapins. I still don't regret it. I still think they're great. I sit there at night sometimes while I've got my film on and I get sidetracked from the film because I like watching them because I've got quite a bit of character to them actually. What are their names? I'm sorry, I don't have, they actually don't have names. I just go 1, 2, 3, 4. What do you feed them? Hang on. Hang on. I've got this really gruesome stuff here. With all little bits of dead shrimp in and whatnot, so lovely. Will you get any more? What we got now? We got Brad the Music Guy. Brad the Music Guy. There we go, got it. Have you heard the new Pink Floyd album? And if so, what did you think? I haven't heard it, to be honest. I'm not really that fussed about it. Sorry, Pink Floyd fans. It's just, it doesn't interest me too much. I probably should get around to listening to it one day. And I probably will. But when I do, hey, shoot me up in the comments of the vinyl update that I show it and say, can you review it? And I'll let you know what I think of it. Have you heard the Beach Boys Smile, released in 2011? Also, no, sorry. I know, again, I should. And I will get around to hearing it one day. Both of them are 2 albums very high up on my list. Next question up is from Adam Nichols. Adam, hi Adam. Great, thank you for participating, mate. Always appreciate it. I know you're a bass player, so who is your favourite bass player? And you can't choose McCartney. So it was really difficult because my top 2 bass players after McCartney would be Jack Bruce, because he's brilliant. I've really been getting into him lately, after his sad passing. And then John McVie from Fleetwood Mac. And I've actually gone with John McVie because I was listening to the Fleetwood Mac self-titled album and I was really digging the bass on it the other day. So, no, I didn't get influenced by that from The Chain. Because I know some people are probably thinking you're only saying that because you've done a chain. But no, I actually listened to that self-titled album the other day and really thought it was had some good bass riffs in it. Okay, so what have we got now? He wants me to name 5 albums from the last 14 years that I really like. Oh, this was difficult, Adam. This was really difficult. Because you know me, I don't really listen to many artists that come about today, but I'm going to say the Arctic Monkeys AM, they're a really good album. And then from here on it's pretty much all old artists just bringing out new albums. So I'm going to say Jeff Lynne Long Wave, because You know, Jeff Lynne hadn't put an album out since 2001, and it was really good actually. I've excluded Paul McCartney because I know a lot, because really this list would pretty much be filled up with Paul, so I've excluded him. I've got Tom Petty, Hypnotic Eye, which was brilliant. ELO, Zoom. Then I really couldn't think of another one, so I excluded Paul McCartney. And then I thought, you know, Eric Clapton's The Breeze was alright. It was alright. In your opinion, what's the worst song ever by an artist you love? So I'm going to take Paul McCartney because he's my favourite artist. And he's done about 2-3 songs which I really can't stand. I know a lot of people pick out a lot more songs than that, but me being such a die-hard fan, you know, there's only about 2 or 3 songs by him which I can't stand. And one of them is from his Driving Rain album. Heather. Can't stand it. Horrible song. Who are your music guilty pleasures? Well, I guess, you know, Bee Gees a bit, you know, I don't like to talk about them too much. I like them, but, you know, I don't talk about them too much, and I don't play them too much, but sometimes, you know, gotta put them on. Kind of the same with ABBA. You know, personally, my opinion of ABBA, they're great. However, you know, in my mind, they're a little bit overrated, maybe, but, hey, that's just my opinion. I'm not taking anything away from them, because I think they're great. But yeah, every now and then, you know, very rare, but, you know, I'll put a bit of ABBA on. So yeah. Name 5 albums or artists that you hated on first listen, but now really love. So I got 2 artists and 3 albums. So, first of all, Bob Dylan. First, no, I was like, what is this guy doing? He can't sing. Why is he here? You know, how does this guy get famous? And now I respect him a lot more, and I think, you know what, his voice actually suits some songs. You know, I'm not going to say I love his voice. It's okay. But, you know, now I just kind of, you know, I do really enjoy him. Pink Floyd, first album I listened to by Pink Floyd was The Wall, and after I got past the good songs, you know, half The Wall was made up by crap. And it's I think it's understandable as to why I didn't like them, because that was the first album I listened to. But then I listened to Dark Side of the Moon, and, you know, it's just great. I mean, you gotta like them. Okay, where are we? Album I didn't like, I've got Dark Horse by George Harrison. This is only recently I started to like this one. Where is it? I've got it here. This album here never really done anything for me. It was always the one George album which I never liked. And I was really out of order to this album because I only gave it like 2 chances. And then that was about a year ago maybe. And then about a month ago, I put it on again and found myself really enjoying it. So, you know, I really like the album now. Probably, I'd put it as my least favourite for George, but in my least to best video. But now I probably wouldn't put it at the bottom. So yeah, Pink Floyd, The Wall, you know, I appreciate it a lot more now than what I did when I first listened to it. However, I will still say what the shit songs are on it, because there are a few shit songs. However, I do appreciate it a lot more. And the Travelling Wilburys Volume 3, you know, after you hear the first one, it was the first time I listened to it, I was like, what? How can you follow up Volume 1 with that one? Now, quite enjoy it. Quite a good album. So anyway, thank you, Adam. Thomas Colden. Now, do you like Motown, Soul, or R&B artists from the 60s and 70s? If so, who are your favourites? You know, I like a bit of soul, and that's my auntie, you know, kind of influencing me there. The one I like is probably, my favourite would be Stevie Wonder, definitely. Where are we? Who are your top 5 female artists? Really difficult, really difficult. So the obvious one for me is Stevie Nicks, and then Kate Bush, and then Blondie. I know Blondie's a band, but the female singer in it. Okay, the blonde one from ABBA, I've got a name here, but I'm not going to be able to pronounce it. Agnetha Woolstock, something like that. And then I really couldn't think of a 5th one, but then I just thought, you know, Stevie McVie. I like Stevie McVie. I wouldn't say she's amazing, but she's very good. So, yep, I put her on there. Who are your top 5 American bands? Okay, well we got the Doors. I know Fleetwood Mac's a bit UK, but I'm gonna put the Fleetwood Mac in there. Beach Boys, Eagles, and Metallica. I'm not big on Metallica, but I thought they deserved to be there. What are your top 5, or even better yet, top 10 least favourite solo Beatle albums, excluding things like Two Virgins and all that? Well, I'll tell you what, mate, I'm not going to answer them now. I'm going to make that one of my next videos. So, got that? One of my next videos is going to be top 10 least favourite Beatle albums. Just better warn you, it's probably going to be mainly made up by Ringo. Poor Ringo. Our Good All 806. Favourite Pink Floyd song was Between Money Money and Another Brick in the Wall. And I'm just going to be boring and say Another Brick in the Wall because it was their hit for a reason. What solo Beatles tracks would you put on a 14th album? And I didn't actually come up with that many, so I really couldn't think of what ones would work well with all of them singing there. So I immediately went with Teddy Boy because I actually did record that one. I tried to think of a Ringo one. I went with Photograph because it's my favourite Ringo one. And how much better would Photograph have been if you had John and Paul there? Because George was already there on the original. I put What Is Life, Maybe I'm Amazed, and Behind That Locked Door, and Cripple Inside. Favourite McCartney song from the last 14 years? Again, very difficult because... where is it? Where are we going? We're going here. Nearly all of them off there that were all contenders. At the Mercy was very close. However, I'm going to go with a silly one. I'm going to go with Mr. Bellamy from Memory Almost Full. What record album do you listen to the most? That record there gets put on the most. ELO Greatest Hits. The song you're best at playing on bass. I've actually learned a few songs lately on bass because I've been a bit bored. And also I've been, of course, recording my new album, so I've actually been trying to get it going on bass, and I'm actually going to add it, because I've been recording on the iPad mostly, but I'm going to try and add a real, me actually playing on it. So I guess probably one of my songs would be best, but, I'm going to go with a song that everyone knows. I'm going to say Day Tripper. So, next one up is Mr. Cold Jazz. I think that's right. So, do you like jazz, classical music? Love a little bit of jazz. Classical music is, okay with me, but I love a little bit of jazz every now and then, so yeah. What do you think is the worst Beatle record? So, I'm going to take it mean album here, so I'm going to say Yellow Submarine is the worst, but no means bad. However, if you want to exclude that, because it's only got 4 new tracks, I'm going to say With the Beatles. If you could have written just one Beatles song, what would it have been? Long and Winding Road, because them lyrics to me are just phenomenal. Absolutely brilliant. If you were to meet Jeff Lynne, what would the one question be that you'd ask him? I'd ask him about why he decided to change his style of music quite a few times, because he went from like prog to pop to a bit more rock, just all over the place. He's been there, done everything. Do you believe in life after death? I'm pretty boring when it comes to this stuff because I'm not religious. So I just believe that you get one shot of life. When you go on, that's it. It's just like a big sleep. That's just generally what I believe. Who knows? I could be wrong. Probably am, but anyway. Andy Hall. Okay, we're near the end. Phew. It's only been going on for 40 minutes nearly. Where's your favourite Billy Joel song? Downstairs Alexa. Great. Who do you like better, Queen or ELO? Oh, this is easy for me, mate. ELO, all the way. If I had to do a top 20 bands or something, Queen would probably fall near the bottom and ELO number 2, so yeah. Do you buy any modern vinyl releases? I buy new vinyl releases, but not really modern artists. I guess I want to get the Arctic Monkeys stuff, so, if you come back to me after Christmas or something, I might be able to say yes. Do you know any Phil Collins songs? Yeah, of course I do. I got bought this Phil Collins album the other day, which I've really been enjoying. Face value, and I got a single off the album as well, actually, I believe. Are you a big collector of cassettes? I got some cassettes under my bed, but I really need to stay away from cassettes because I just go mad on buying stuff like DVDs and vinyls. I really don't want to get into cassettes because I'll go overboard and it's just too much stuff building up at the minute. Me, Mr. Mayo, Joe, sorry yours an idiot, mate. But anyway, oh, we're actually at the bottom of the page now. I've only got Mayfly 01 left after this. So, what's at least one Yoko song you admit to liking? And then, there's only one song I like, and he's put in brackets, other than I'm Your Angel. God, Joe, I'm so sorry. I actually can't think of another song I like of hers. Hang on. Where's Double Fantasy? There might be another one on Double Fantasy I can tolerate. I'm just gonna... Jeez. You know, I guess... She's on my Sisters Oh Sisters one, I think, or something like that. That's okay. I'm not sure if I could say I'd like it, but... I'm sorry, Joe. Yoko just doesn't float my boat. You know, I guess that Sister Oh Sisters one, which I think I remember listening to and didn't mind. I'd have to say that one. What Paul song do you dislike that everyone else loves? You know, again, it's a bit difficult. I'd say Sea Moon at the minute, off the top of my head. I actually didn't write an answer down for this one because I couldn't think of anything. I don't really dislike it a lot. I just, you know, I only really like the intro and I just get bored of it. And it's quite a popular McCartney song. But favourite ELO song? Telephone Line. Okay, so thank you, Joe. And last one up, Mayfly 01. Sorry yours is at the end, Mayfly. Look, I guess someone had to be. That sounds so harsh, I'm sorry. Can you show us your instruments in detail? I tell you what, I'll get a video done for you as well, alright? If you maybe hit me up in the comments, just remind me, because I'll probably forget, because I've already said I'm going to make one video. Least favourite solo Beatles albums. Yeah, that's it. You know, just maybe hit me up again next week if I've forgotten or something, because it might slip my mind, because I've got so many questions I've answered here. But I'll do a video for you, mate. Because they're all under my bed, I have to get them all out and all that stuff. If you could date anyone famous, who would it be? You know, I'm going to have to go back to, you know, Adam87 asked me that as well. You know, thinking of someone my own age. You know, I couldn't think of anyone my own age, you know, famous, obviously female. So I just went with the Modern Family, you know, they were the only ones I could think of off the top of my head, looking at my DVD box sets here, because I think her name's Sarah Hyland. I think she's only around my age, might be a couple years older, but yeah, she's very good. Who would be in your dream supergroup of 5 singers? Oh, I answered that one, didn't I? Oh no, Only Dead here. Only Dead musician. So, and you asked me live ones in the last Q&A. So, John Lennon, because he's the boss. Jimi Hendrix, because he's an amazing guitarist. Keith Moon, because he's amazing on drums. Jack Bruce, because amazing bassist. And then I put George Harrison in it, because I think he performs some of the best backing vocals of all time. Are you into any music from before the 50s? You know, if you ask me in the future, I might be able to say yes, but at the minute, I haven't really checked much of it out, so... And what's your opinion on Roy Wood? You know, Roy Wood is a pretty cool guy. I like some of his stuff, however, I think he's made a few cock-ups in his career. But anyway, there we go. There's all the questions done. Phew! 40 minutes I think that took. Can't remember what time we started, but it's definitely been going at least half an hour, so it's going to be a long video, and I don't think I'm splitting it into 2. Jeez, it's going to take me forever to upload. Anyway, I've been doing a Q&A for a while now. I'm going to do for 500 a contest, so if you haven't subscribed already, please do it, because we'll do a contest and you'll have an opportunity to win a record or something. So anyway, thank you everyone. I want to thank everyone who subscribed and to everyone who participated. It means a lot to me. Hope you enjoyed seeing me answer your questions, and of course I've got a few videos to come up now. So anyway, thank you very much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button, like the video, and leave a message. Thank you very much for watching.